country. I smile when they say that I ain't me anymore. Ain't a thing changed round here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same in my Dixie, same rowdy barn with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line him up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Without a doubt, I've been around. Yeah, everybody knows my name when I show up now. And I've been from New York to LA and every place in between, but they don't do it like we do it in my hometown. Ain't a thing changed round here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same in my Dixie, same rowdy barns with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get the say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Ain't a thing changed round here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same in my Dixie, same rowdy barns with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line him up.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Denver Broncos. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
They're on the 27-yard line.
They'll go play action with Nix. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. Big strides, look at him go. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 69 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And they'll run it here. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. but the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On third down, Harvey. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. They'll try it now with Harvey. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Already.
They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. Well, we thought these 2 defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Throwing Nix. Will find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. Down the right sideline. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. But you look at this Bronco defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Stroud. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Nix. That's complete. Lambert Smith. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now it's Nix. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. The Broncos at a disappointing 0-4 for the first month of the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards there and a first down. To throw, here's Nix. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Nick's going to give to Hardy. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Nix to the air. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, they go with Harvey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Harvey, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. On play action, here's Nix. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. 3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Stroud to throw it. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. Given 3 on the screen, he couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stroud out of the gun here. Rifles run, and that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Nix. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
On fourth down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Stroud. They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good. And that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
118.
Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now Stroud.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Already.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10.
Up the middle, here's Edwards. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5, about the 4. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Here we go.
Again, it's Edwards. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there.
His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans have got it back to within a score. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion.
And he's got it. They convert for 2, and that gets him even closer. Now a 2-point game. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Nix from the shotgun. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Bombers. Hold on a second. Ready. Away.
Operating from the gun. Nix. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Well, this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Hold on a second.
Operating from the gun. Here's Nix. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Stroud. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And that will keep this a 4-point game. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team. As he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
We're paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks. I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
Here we go.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence the big plays are out there.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
Calling no gain there. It brings forth a 3rd and long. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 11. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. But he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Well, nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Alrighty.
And Stroud now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
4 yards on the pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there?
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
A 45-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that'll bring him back within a point. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Oh, my son!
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
Oh, my son! Hey, move!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise on your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Bombers! Oh, my son! Ready!
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Oh, my son!
Up the middle, it's Harvey.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Touchdown, Broncos! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are able to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8.
Broncos 19, Texans 11.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
South.
The throwing again is Stroud.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
2nd and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Edwards. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 18. That's it.
Stroud looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to be set up beautifully. Heck of a return down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
On my set. Ready? Huddle up.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Amari Lassiter on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing Nix.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down.
Ready? Away.
Now it's Nix. That is caught. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st down and goal to go.
On the sneak, it's Nix. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Bo Nix with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point safely through. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And fighting down inside the 25. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Oh, hey. Hey, King.
On the handoff, Edwards. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. Look at the big fella go. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. David Njoku, 43 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Ties the game, 26-26.
So this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Oh, good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
At the 28-yard line.
Nix to the air. And he's got it. Got his man on the end rail. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Out of the gun, a run with Harvey. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Nix. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
But he's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. That's complete. Lambert Smith. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. To throw is Nix. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. 4th down, 10 yards to go.
Captain. Hold on, son. Olay.
They're going. It's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd down.
Hold on, son. Olay, ready. Ready. Show.
Back to the air with Nix. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Broncos have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Stroud. And that is incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Stroud to throw it. On the right side here, and
That's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Here's Stroud.
Over the middle, complete. That's Edwards.
2nd and 6 coming up.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the Broncos' 48-yard line.
Now Stroud. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Drew Sanders.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Stroud coming right back after the pick 6. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Here comes 2nd down.
All right.
They go with Edwards left side. And that could be a killer. He'll lose yardage and tackled inbounds.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're